Hey YouTubers, what's up? This is going to be my last Airbender episode 1 and 2 video. They were really designed to be aired back to back, so I'm just going to include both of those in this one video. Hello to any new people too. If you're just finding me for the first time, I'm rewatching all of Last Airbender and doing videos just like I did for Korra. So I will start by saying general spoiler warning, but these videos will mostly go like the way I do my other Korra videos. I'm also continuing the weekly giveaway, which I'll totally explain at the end of this video. It might sound a little weird, but I'll just say spoiler warning just in case you haven't seen the first 2 episodes. I mean, there are probably still some people out there that haven't seen Avatar yet. So starting with top 5 moments. Number 5, Katara's intro sequence. So I'm actually one of the people that only found the series after it aired on TV, so by the time I did see it, I already knew who Mae Whitman was. She'd already done Johnny Bravo and a whole bunch of other voice work. She's just got one of those voices that's so much fun to listen to. She's actually the voice of April O'Neil on Ninja Turtles right now, for anyone who's a fan of that series. That's just another Nickelodeon cartoon. The intro sequence itself is this huge calling card for the series in general, so much so that they kept it whenever they produced Legend of Korra. It's one of my favorite things about the series. In general, I don't tolerate long intro sequences, especially in the era of the Netflix marathon watch. But the Avatar intro sequence and Legend of Korra after it, just so much fun, like done so well. The music score is great. I could listen to that all day. It works beautifully as an explainer for people who have never seen the series before. This intro sequence, the one for episode 1, is extra long just because it's the first episode anyone ever saw, so they have to explain a lot of extra stuff. It sets up the 100-Year War and the complete prehistory of the show, so they don't have to spend a couple episodes explaining what's going on. If you saw the 15-minute unaired pilot, they actually deal with some story in that they include in the intro sequence. Mostly 100-Year War, Fire Nation stuff. Number 4, keeping your weirdness to yourself and Aang gets unfrozen. I like the way Mike and Brian connect the idea of expressing yourself as being like a really good thing with bringing the Avatar back into the world. Think about it this way, if Katara had listened to Sokka, suppressed her bending, kept it inside, not told anyone about it, not practiced it, there's a good chance Aang would have stayed frozen in that giant block of ice. Team Bright is just trying to communicate that being creative, putting yourself out there is a good thing. Don't listen to trolls, don't listen to haters. I like the idea of Sokka being the original Avatar internet troll. Eventually he did chill out though. I think that at this time in the series, in his headspace, he's trying to deal with being the new man of the house after their parents died, even though Katara's clearly the brains of the operation. Then you have just like the visual action set piece of Aang returning. That was the first big action set piece of the series. No matter how many times I rewatch the episode, I'm always amazed at how quickly he just jumps into casual conversation. Like it's absolutely no big deal that he just walked out of a block of ice. I think they did it that way just because they wanted to start the series off on a positive note. Just to get you more excited for the hero, just to get you more excited about Aang. If you really think about it, the circumstances that put him in the ice, it's a little inconsistent. He ran away after they told him he was going to be the new Avatar, flew into a storm, then passed out as he and Appa hit the water. So he should have been super scared when he woke up. The natural reaction after being unfrozen would be like screaming in terror because you're still locked into that moment when you first got frozen. Let's just call that like a general, hand-waving TV logic moment. They just did not want to start the series off on a bummer moment, having their hero scream in terror and freak like little kids out everywhere. On to number 3, Zuko's introduction. So I wasn't a big fan of Zuko in book 1 just because Mike and Brian did their job so well. You're not supposed to like Zuko. He's the antagonist to book 1. Even Iroh is like, dude, chill out, seriously, have some tea. We're on extended vacation, just have fun. You guys can let me know if you agree, but don't you feel like when a villain complains too much or gets casually dismissed by other villains, like Zuko in this scene, you automatically stop thinking of him as an insurmountable threat? Like he's still a threat at this point in the series, he's not quite as good a bender as Azula, but he's still really good. Little quirks like this feel totally normal inside children's shows. It's like the producers want kids to be afraid without thinking that things are completely hopeless. That comes later. Hopelessness comes at the end of book 2 in the Crystal Caves with that finale. Last Airbender was a very mature series for being such a children's show, but I think they just wanted to ease into that. On to number 2, Zuko versus the Water Tribe. I'm surprised Sokka didn't paint his face more often in the later episodes. Like whenever they knew they were walking into battles. He looks pretty badass with it on. And the standoff with Zuko was a great hero moment for him. I think it was a lot easier to give Sokka big moments like this before Toph came along. It's like, Justice League before Superman and Batman get there. Once they show up, it's just like so much harder to stand out in a crowd. That's like a whole other conversation. Non-benders versus bender heroes. Non-benders can still totally have these big hero moments. Asami's a good example of that. She's still badass. But when they stand next to Aang or Korra while they're in the Avatar state, doing something just superhuman. It's like they have to sacrifice their lives in order to stand out, in order for their moment to have equal dramatic weight. So that's the formula. If you're standing next to the avatar and you want to seem like a hero, you just have to sacrifice your life. Just a small price to pay. And my number one moment, Aang escapes with Katara and Sokka. This is the official beginning of Team Avatar as they ride off into the sunset and plot out the rest of the series. Here, this is what we're going to be doing in the next 7 episodes. It's also the first big Aang versus Zuko fight, and the second big Avatar state moment. I mean, technically he was in the Avatar state when he emerged from the ice. Brian and Mike said that one of the big aspects of the series that Nickelodeon asked for specifically was action without violence, so that's where the idea of bending elements came in, so everyone just wasn't stabbing, slicing, or sawing each other in half. Bloodless action. So this is like our first big bloodless fight. Aren't you curious though? Don't you just think with all that firebending that more people would be turned into crispy chickens? It's like, if you think about it logically, it's like fire burns so hot that everyone's skin would just get cooked, with the exception of firebenders. Here's my big question for you guys though. What was your favorite moment from the first 2 episodes? And at this point in the series, what did you think about all the characters before you'd seen the other episodes, before you knew anything else about them? So I want to try something new with my Avatar episodes. Instead of giving them a rating like I normally would, I'm going to do thumbs up, thumbs down. So what I might actually end up doing is like top 5 thumbs up, top 5 thumbs down from now on. That sounds like a fun idea. So thumbs down for what? I'm not going to be too hard on the way the characters reacted to situations or the voice actors, just since this is a series made for children and performed mostly by children. My only thumbs down really are the lack of complexity in the minor characters, like the really minor characters like the Water Tribe crowd scenes, for instance, and the inconsistency in Sokka's character. It feels like Sokka is undiagnosed bipolar. At this point in the series, he's like a catch-all reaction gif for every twist in the plot, so I totally understand the role that he serves. That's why I think that he over-emotes so much and jumps from really happy to really depressed in the span of a few minutes. I don't think it's completely necessary, but it's a cartoon inspired by anime, so I feel like these scenes are them doing their version of hyperbolic anime reactions. Whenever they get to Korra though, like by the time they got to Korra, the execution on those types of moments were way better, like the visual gags. I think that more has to do with the overseas animation. If you've ever listened to the audio commentaries on Korra DVDs, Brian and Mike talk a lot about the visual things that they wanted to accomplish on Last Airbender that they just weren't able to achieve, like that they just weren't able to get no matter what they asked for. But by the time they got to Legend of Korra, Studio Mir, different animation studio than from the Last Airbender series, was totally able to pull off the stuff they asked for. It still looks beautiful, but I think it was designed more for a Western audience, so that's why Korra looks a little more anime. I think that was probably their original intention with Last Airbender, but because it was their first show with Nickelodeon, they wanted to do something that would fit better with Nickelodeon's other programming. So what I'm probably going to do is post my next Avatar video in the next like 7 or 8 days. I'll try and do one at least once a week, and just to explain the weekly giveaway, it's going to be a $20 Amazon gift card just once a week in case you're finding me for the first time. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. Congratulations to this week's giveaway winner, my Violet Tears. Please message me on my channel for details. Thank you so much. In case you guys haven't seen, just because a whole lot of TV shows are coming back in the next couple weeks like Arrow, Flash, Game of Thrones, everything else, I'll be posting a lot more trailer videos than usual in the next week or 2, so look out for that stuff. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming. I'm pretty good about posting my schedule day to day on Twitter and Facebook, so if you have questions about what videos are going up on what days, just check my Twitter and Facebook feed. Right now, while you guys wait for my next video, you can click here to learn all about the origins of the Avatar series behind the scenes, like before they actually made Last Airbender, and click here for all my other Korra videos. Thank you so much for watching, so let's all high five. I'll see you guys tonight.